Gulftainer operates 15 terminals worldwide. We're trusted by governments worldwide. We're trusted by the World Bank. We're trusted by many, many reputable organizations, charities, government departments, and so forth, to do the job we do with integrity, honesty, and transparency. This is what we do. The reason that we get invited to go and join in ports is because we stand very, very firm on our work ethos, on our anti-corruption policies, on our we will obey the law, not just the local law, but the international law. Now, I wonder today about avoiding some of the bad press that's come up on blogs by very naive, ignorant people. But I thought the best thing to do, and what I always do, is I face my problems head on. I don't run away from anything. Gulftainer doesn't run away from anything. Now, we're here to stay. We came here because we believe in Port Canaveral. We believe that we can add value to Port Canaveral. We don't tell Port Canaveral what to do. We don't tell you what to do. But what we can do is we can give advice. Whether you take that advice or you don't take that advice is up to you. All we're saying is that we have the expertise, we have the knowledge, we have the past experience to actually improve Canaveral as a cargo logistics hub. How you in the end determine that you want to do that is a decision not for Gulftainer. We don't get involved in politics. I don't stand next to Clinton. We don't get involved in anything that's going on that is not port operations. That's what we restrict ourselves to. That's how we've been so successful wherever we go. We always make sure we do the right thing by the people that we are there to assist, to help, and to serve. And that's what we want to do. We want to serve this community. Now, there's a lot of people out there saying a lot of bad things. Where they get their facts and figures, where they dream up the, and I've used the word garbage, I hope that wasn't too strong, but where they dream up this garbage, I do not know. It always amazes me that bad press gets played out super quick and all over, but when the good press comes, everybody just ignores it and lets it fly. Anyway, that's the world. It's not just America. But all I would tell you, and I can honestly stand here and say to you that we're here for the good of you. We never think of this as our terminal. We think of it as our terminal, which, if you notice, that means you. But that's what this is, and it's for your benefit, and really is. I mean, I don't want to get involved in the rail network debates or anything like that. All I can tell you is that Gulftainer came to Canaveral because we saw the potential in it. We saw the potential of a fantastic port authority, a fantastic port commission, so forward-thinking. And I've dealt with port commissions and port authorities all over the world. Gulftainer goes to some of the worst places in the world. We go there to try and help. We didn't come here because we think it's one of the worst places in the world, but we came here because we think we can help, and that's why we're here. What you decide to do with the rail is your decision. Don't try and blame me, because I have got nothing to do with what you decide to do with your rail. So don't paint me as a bad man just because I'm here trying to help. We'll follow whatever you want to do. People point to me and say, aha, this sweet deal. I love the way you call it a sweet deal that you have with the Port Authority. The sweet deal that we have with the Port Authority is a standard concession agreement used throughout the world. So why it suddenly became a sweet deal, I have no idea. But that deal does say that we have the option, if we want, and the rail does not materialize in Canaveral, to leave. We have to put that in there. I had to put that in there because I can't take $100 million from my shareholders, put it into Port Canaveral, and go, oops. This is a fact of life. It's a fact of business. You should be able to understand this, and I'm sure the majority of you do. I can tell you now, stood here, that Gulftainer is not leaving Canaveral. Whether you decide on rail or you don't decide on rail, we're not going to leave Canaveral. But what I will clarify for you is that if you want me to invest the money, if you want me to create the jobs, then you've got to give me the tools to do that. Now, it's up to you to find the best way, the most environmentally friendly way to do that. Now, that I leave in your capable hands. I don't want to get involved. I can give you advice on how we'll load the trains and how we'll service the needs, but how you route it and when you route it is entirely up to you. I just wanted to make that clear. I try not to get emotional when I do this. Usually I have a tear, but I can't even get a tear going at the moment. But it's just something I wanted to say to you, because I sit and I read the blogs and I think, my God, people, come on. We are not the next bad people. We are not your enemies. We came here with all good intentions, we really did, and we've still got those good intentions. The garbage that they put about us being linked to terrorist groups, where do you come off? I mean, I don't understand how anybody can do that. We're trusted by 15 governments worldwide. We actually cooperate with your own military. We actually provide the logistics for the American forces in the Middle East. And yet somebody who's obviously got up at set that morning because no one would pay his bribe or something like that, puts something in the paper, and wow, let's run it because we've got terrorists in our town. Come on, wake up. As we say in England, smell the coffee. This is not reality. We're people here who came here to work. And I noticed that when the government of Iraq actually went on and actually made a public announcement, and this is the government of Iraq, the government that the Americans support, and they actually made a statement on behalf of this rubbish that was put out there, saying it was rubbish, and it was put out by some misinformed, I've got to watch my language, misinformed person, then nobody put that in your papers. Nobody put that there. You only just put the bad stuff. But anyway, don't get me worked up. I'll try not to get worked up. Gulftainer, as I say, trying to get back on track now. Gulftainer, as I say, we're in 15 countries worldwide. We handle about 7 million containers. We handle them for many, many different shipping companies, many, many different manufacturers, factories, everybody. They all trust us with that ability to do that. And we accept that when you get into a position where you're actually a concessionaire within a port, you have to earn that trust. You have to be there because people know that you're in a very important position. We never take that lightly. I only make jokes because I'm nervous. I hate speaking in public. But believe me, we take everything very, very seriously. And we do a very, very professional job. And we are guided, we are controlled, we are watched over by your authorities. I thought we were number one, but we're actually number 2 worldwide in productivity because there's some port in China that claims it does it better than me. I don't believe them. But anyway, let's not get picked up by something I said wrongly. So we're number 2 in the world. But they didn't just say that we're the best in productivity. They said that we're the best in port management. Now, port management means that you take on the responsibility to make sure everything is done correctly, to make sure you honor any country's regulations that you are in, to make sure that you follow their guidelines, their laws, even though they vary from country to country. It's something we undertake to learn and to do. Somebody quoted me in the paper the other day as saying that I feel like we're walking on glass. It's true. I don't mind walking on glass because all I want us to do is to be able to enter the United States and to be accepted for what we are. And that's purely a business. We're not here for any ulterior motives. We're not here to damage anything. We're here to improve things. We're here to help wherever we can. My shareholders shake their head at me at sometimes in the places that I take Gulftainer. But one of the things I always say to them is I'll go anywhere where I think I can add to, where I can think I can bring a benefit to. This is one of the reasons why we went into Iraq, is because goods were taking over 1 month to get there. your own supplies for your own troops were having to come across Saudi Arabia, across Kuwait, through Turkey, because they could not rely on the port of Qasr. It was only when Gulftainer went in there and actually made that port work as a proper port should work, were you able to receive the goods in time for your troops. Now, I'm not trying to make us out as heroes, because we're not. We're a very, very, very small part in the engine. But we are a vital part, and we'd like just to be accepted as that vital part in Canaveral. I hope I have not offended anybody here. I hope I have not upset anybody. I'm sure you'll blog if I have. But all I would say to you is that please, just see how we perform. Give us a chance. We're starting tomorrow. We've got a ship waiting outside now. That ship is not coming because it loves you people. It's coming because it loves Gulftainer. We have the ability to get the #2 shipping line in the world to park a ship outside your port for 24 hours until I'm ready to say, come inside and we'll do a little presentation. It sounds comical, it sounds simplistic, but I want you to know that's kind of the worth of Gulftainer. That's one of the reasons that John Walsh chose us. That's one of the reasons that we hope we'll be able to add value to your port and your community, is because we have this connection with shipping lines. They trust us. They realize that when we're involved, we will make sure that there is a very, very high performance. And I'll be honest with you, Canaveral Port was ideal. You have so many incredible assets already in place. You have so much infrastructure already in place. You have the shortest time on the whole of the East Coast, pilot to berth. All this counts. All this is valuable to your shipping line customers. We've spent the last 6 months going throughout Florida and the southern states of the US. We believe in this first year, without actually gaining a major contract with a shipping line, that you'll have 50,000 containers passing through your port. We believe in your second, third year, you'll have 100,000. But where our aim is to take it to 750,000. We, and I do the royal we again, we should be targeting making Canaveral the logistics hub. We want people to talk about the Miamis and the Jacksonvilles secondary. And I know that's going to get some bad flack, but anyway, let's just hope I don't get too much. But what I'm saying is that we together can make Canaveral what it should be. We're only 45 minutes from the world's major attractions. Emirates Airlines, they start on September the 1st, calling at Orlando. That's a direct flight to the Middle East. I know, I'll be backwards and forwards on it like a yo-yo. But it's 14 hours, whereas it used to take me 24 hours to get here. It's 14 hours so that the whole area of the Middle East, Asia, India, can all now come to your major attractions and your major tourist sites here in Florida. It's a huge opening. 2015 is great. It's going to be a fantastic start for the, quickly he says, start for the cargo business in Canaveral. I mean, hats off to all the passenger stuff you've done, but I'm not involved in that, so. But that is what I believe, and I don't stand here just to take flack. I don't stand here just to give you a line. As people that know me, and I've been in the business for a very long time, probably too long. In fact, I noticed on the video, I've got more hair in the video than I have today. But I've been in the business a very, very long time, and I've lost what I was going to say. But anyway, let's just say that I've been in a business a very long time, and I'm sure that you accepting us here, working with us, will benefit Canaveral to a great degree. I was told I had about 10 minutes. I hope that took 2 minutes. I hope that took 8 minutes, and now I'm fine. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.